Hi guys, it's Dana. Welcome back. Um, we're going to continue on with this journal. I did finish the cover. I don't know if you can see because I did it in white, but I did stitch around the edges of that. Looks really good. And I'm ready to sew in the signature, but not quite yet. I have decided on a couple of things that I want to do to insert into the signature before we sew it in. So I want to get those projects done so that we can sew in the signature and start putting ephemera in it, things like that. So I've taken a couple of pieces of paper that I feel like go with the collection. You can see they go very nicely with it. And these are from a paper collection called, and I love this and I don't use it nearly enough. It is called Distressed Floral by the Paper Studio. I love this paper collection and I bought it because I loved it, and then it had ended up sitting in a stack underneath my desk. So I picked out a couple of pieces. Now this is a map. It's very muted. It doesn't really kind of go theme-wise with the collection, but we're only going to be using a very small bit of this. So, and then I decided I wanted to insert an envelope into the signature. And so I've just got a vellum envelope that is roughly, it's roughly 5 by 7. It'll fit a 5 by 7 card, so it's a little bit over that. So we're going to be using some scraps from this to finish this and put it into the signature. So I'm going to put that aside, and I'm going to cut this down to, let's see, I'm going to keep it 12 inches, but I'm going to cut it down to, let's do 7. Okay. Keep that, because I'm gonna use these scraps to kind of make a pocket that's attached to this flap here. Okay, so put that aside. Okay, and I'm not gonna cut this yet because I don't know exactly how. I'm gonna use my scoreboard, I think, on this because I want to get nice crisp folds, and it is cardstock. Where's my stylus? I'm missing my stylus. Interesting. Okay, we'll just use this. So this is by 6 inches across, so I'm gonna first score this at 6. Okay, and I'm gonna fold that first, because okay. So that's gonna go into the signature. Looks like just a page right now. But what I wanna do is fold over kind of about that far, and I don't know what the measurement is on that, so let me look. Looks like that's about 1.5. No. Yeah, about 1.5. So I'm gonna go 1.5 on this side and 1.5 on this side. Now you could just fold it if you wanted to, but I didn't want to take a chance of my paper cracking because it is cardstock. All right, so now I'm gonna fold these over like this on each side. Now, I got this idea from Gail Augustinelli. She did an ephemera piece, wow, it's probably a couple months back. So now what I wanted to do is this is gonna go in the signature, and we're gonna glue here and here. All right, and then there'll be a pocket on this side, a pocket on this side, and then what I'd like to do is put pockets in here. So pocket here, pocket here. So what I want to do is I want to map this fold with the blue. So this was 1.5 by 7 is that little flap. So let's cut out a piece that is 1 and it's 1.5. So how about 1 and I'm gonna go 3/8. I don't want a whole lot of gap there around the white edges. And then it was 7, so let's go 6 and 7/8. And I'm gonna need another strip. Let's see if that fits the way I wanted it to. Yeah, I just want just barely the edge showing. And that is the color palette of our journal. So I did 1 and 3/8 by, I think I want this side, 6 and 7/8. Okay, those are scraps. We need those. We'll put this aside for now. Okay, so that's a cute insert. Now, she made hers just to like clip in to a journal. I thought it would be great. And what she did when she clipped it in was she glued here and here. So this was a pocket, this was a pocket, and then this was a pocket here. And then she clipped it in. But I thought, well, if we left it open, we could put pockets on the inside and it can be included in the signature of the journal as like a page. So, sorry, I know inking takes a while and it's really boring. So as I ink and mat these folds, I'll tell y'all what's going on with me is, I talked to you guys about how we're almost at the end of our foreclosure journey on my house, and it did not work out like I had hoped. The mortgage company actually auctioned our house. So we lost our house and we're devastated. I found that out on Friday. Tonight is Sunday night. You'll see this tomorrow morning, Monday morning. And so I'm not going to ink this edge because that's going to be sewn into the signature. So yeah, so that was extremely rough news. And I feel totally screwed over by my mortgage company. And I spoke with a professional about it after I found out about it. And they said that what the mortgage company did, was it underhanded? Absolutely. Was it legal? Yes. And that was just, I thought, how could something so underhanded be? I won't go into all the details because they're long and boring. But I thought, how could something so underhanded be legal? And unfortunately, it's a shame. That's just how stuff like that works. And so now I have to find a place to move my family to. Now having a foreclosure on my credit. And I just, I basically took the weekend to process what had happened. I didn't do any work on packing on the house. I'm just I'm gluing these flaps down to make our pocket here. I didn't work on the house packing. I didn't look for a place to live. I just needed time to process what had happened. I have worked hard and long to save my house, and it was an absolute shock to find out that the mortgage company just auctioned it. Now, did I have a legal auction date? Yes, I did. But my mortgage company had insisted and promised me that they were working with me and to save my house, when in actuality they weren't. And it was shocking, and it was a very disheartening, and I don't know. I mean, as you can imagine, I'm absolutely devastated. And so that's what I'm now going to deal with in my life for the next several weeks, is finding a new place to live and moving my entire house, and it's just, I am not looking forward to it. And I only have me and my mom here and my 18-year-old daughter, who is also physically challenged with chronic pain, just like I am. And my son, who lives with us, works full time, and like, he doesn't, you know, have time to help with anything other than, you know, his own stuff. And so it's just, oh wow. So basically what I've decided to do, because I thought, oh my gosh, of course this happens just as I'm getting back into doing videos, right, on my channel. So what I've decided to do is I'm gonna pack my craft room last, because not only is crafting a release for me as far as stress and things like that, but I also want to, I don't want to have a huge gap, because I'm naturally going to have a gap in videos when we physically move and move into the new place, and I've got to set my craft space up and, you know, figure out how that's going to work in whatever house we move into. And so there is going to be a natural gap in videos, and so I don't want there to be a gap as far as, you know, just I'm stressed out and I'm packing and, you know, things like that. So I'll figure it out. I'm gonna try and maybe do a couple of videos a night or something like that, and that way I'm filming a little bit ahead and I have some videos scheduled out, and I don't know, we'll figure it out, I guess. Okay, so now what I want to do is put a couple of pockets here on the inside, and I think I'm gonna use the pink. I don't know. I could do one pink and one blue, because they're gonna sit on opposite sides of the signature. So let's do that. So these are, how much are these? Let me measure this. 4.5. These are 4.5. So let's cut pockets at 4 and, let's see, let's do 4 1/4. And let's see how tall I want those to be. Definitely not that tall, but I do want to take up some space on this white paper here. So let's cut off maybe 3/4 of an inch and see what that gives us. Little strip. Okay, I think that's good. So that ends up being about, I don't know why I can't read my cutter. It's about 4 1/4. 4 1/4 by 4 and, is this square? It is. It's about 4 1/4 square. So let me cut one of those out of the blue. This is a scrap. So we'll go 4 1/4. by 4 1/4. All right. That should be about right. Yeah, one's a little bit taller than the other, but that's okay. Like I said, they're not going to be right up against each other. I'm going to put a little notch in here just because aesthetically I like that. I'm going to use this side, I think. I think these are going to be really cute. And this paper matches perfectly, and I like that this map paper is very subtle. It's not like in your face it's a map. It's very subtle, so I feel like it goes with the collection even more because it's very subtle. And I'm not going to decorate these pockets too much. I might put a piece of embellishment or something from the collection on them. But I don't want, since it's going to have a pocket plus a tag plus 2 journaling cards on the outside, it's going to be a fairly thick piece. So I don't want it to have too much embellishment, especially in the middle. So, okay. So let's glue these pockets on. But I do appreciate y'all praying for us. Even though things didn't work out like we had planned, it doesn't mean that God's not listening. He has other plans, I guess. So we'll just have to see what those are, you know? Trying to stay as positive as I can. My pastor, when he heard about what happened, he texted me and he said, "How are you doing? I heard the news about your house." And I told him, I just, you know, the past 12 years of my life have been terrible. The horrible divorce that I went through and things like that. And I just, you know, I told him, and I was kind of half joking. I said, you know, I'm beginning to think God hates me. It's just because it's just been really tough, you know? Okay, so there's our piece. And we'll put a journaling card in here, a journaling card in here, and we'll put a couple of tags in here or pieces from the ephemera pack. So like, grab that. The ephemera pack has some really kind of like, this is really neat, some taller pieces here. A tag can go back there too. It has some tags, you know, things like that that are going to be really pretty in here. So that's what we will do there. So that piece is ready to go. It could use a little decoration, but we'll decorate that when we go to decorate the journal. So we have that piece. Now I have this vellum envelope. And what I thought that we could do is create a pocket for this side. And we can probably use, let's see, what does this measure? This is 5 inches. So that's actually perfect. So if I cut this down in height to, what does this measure across? 7 1/4. So let's cut, we'll do the back blue and the front pink. So we need 5 by 7 1/4. So this is already 5. So we'll cut this down to 7 1/4. And then we'll cut one of these at 7 1/4. By 5. So we have these scraps from that 12 by 12 paper. So we used basically all of the pink. All I've got left from the pink is these two little strips. So, and then we have those pieces of blue that we can use on other things that we need. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is this is gonna go like this, okay? I'm only gonna punch, I think, a thumb hole on one side. I think that it's easier to get something in the pocket where there's only one side of the pocket punched. Because when both sides are punched, like, you have to literally split them apart to get whatever you need in there, and then it gets caught on this side. And when it's like this and only one side's punched, you can literally just press down and it just slips right in. Whereas it's harder to get something in when both sides are punched. So let's ink this, and I think what I want to do is sew this. So I'm not set up for sewing where you guys can see. So I think what I'll do, because I'd like to get the signature sewn into the journal while we're together tonight. So I'll just kind of step over to my sewing machine quickly. It's right next to me here. And I will, this is upside down. I have it upside down. I mean, there is a map on here, and it is very subdued, but there is some writing, so I'd like to make sure it's right side up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, it's gonna go like this. I need to glue this down completely so that nothing gets stuck on it when it's going in the pocket. So I'm just going to use my art glitter glue, and I'm going to get right to the edge as much as I can. And I'm not going to put this right on the fold because we are going to stitch this into the signature. So I need a little bit of room there. All right. So I'm going to just lay this down. Make sure I'm right side up. Yes, I am. And I'm just going to lay this down in the glue, just a little bit away from that fold line, like that. I want to smooth this out really well. Okay. There's this little piece of paper here that is holding this adhesive down, and I think I'm going to just glue it down to where it sits flat. I probably should have glued that side to the pink side, but oh well. It'll stay in as long as I've got the sides of it kind of, need to make sure that's glued down. I'm just going to lift the end up and glue it completely. I should have glued this side of the envelope flap, but that's okay. Now I've got both ends glued. It should be fine. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is this is going to go right here, like that. Oh, I really need to, you can see it. Okay, what I'm going to do is, because you can see the flap of the envelope there. Okay, I'm going to run a piece of this just right across here at the top. I'm going to rip it off because you're not even going to see it, except for right here. I'm going to ink the top edge of it. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down so that you can't see that little bit of that envelope flap. And bring this a little close to me so I can see, guys, and put it right up against the edge. Just like that. And that should hide that now. Now you just see blue. Okay, I'm just gonna put a dot of glue on each corner and maybe even just in the middle, just to kind of hold this in place while I sew. Oh, I'm shaky. Just lining that up. Oh, crud. I think I've got a little bit of overhang. That right there. I think that's bigger. Because it's not grabbing. Yep, I do. Okay, I need to cut that off. Okay, there we go. Dot of glue here and here. That's why it wasn't grabbing on that side. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is just step over here to my sewing machine. Just turn it on. I have a new sewing machine that my daughter gave me. So that's cool. It's a lot nicer. My sewing machine is like 20 years old. Okay, so I'm just gonna sew this really quickly, just around the edge. I'm still kind of learning how to use it, so. But you won't believe how quiet it is. You hear how quiet that is? Okay, I think I need to up the speed a little. Oh wow, that's a little fast. Okay, so just bear with me, guys. Wow, that's fast. But quiet. Do you hear how quiet that is? My other one was so loud. Okay, just coming up the last side. Okay. And here we go. And that's really pretty. So I've just sewed around the 3 sides here. Let's snip our threads. And now we have that insert. And what I love about using vellum is that whatever we put in this pocket is going to show through. Okay, so let's see where we want to put these 2 pieces in our journal. Close up my glue here, so we won't need that. And now I have these little scraps of paper that match our collection that will complement the papers in the journal. All right, so let's see where we want to put these fun little things. All right, and we need to make pockets for the front and back. All right, let's let's see here. This might be a fun place for this. And then when we turn it over, we've got that pocket there and we can decorate that. I think that looks good there. Let me just see if we have another place where we like it better. That just might need something. Like, I feel like this needs something. But what? I think this one. Yeah. Yeah. That looks good there. Okay. So we have that there. Then we have this piece. Where are we going to put that? We have our bag here. Our unicorn here. I mean, that really could use something that's very... I like that there. Okay, now let me get my stuff to sew in a signature. Grab my book cradle and my little kit here. Let's see what kind of color twine. Oh, right off the bat. Okay, I think that'll be really pretty. Let's use that. Didn't even know I had that. And this is wax linen thread. That's what I use. Pull my needle out that I normally use. Okay. Where's my awl? Okay. All right, let's go through and make sure that everything is kind of situated the way we want it. Let me find the end of my thread here. It looks like this has never been used. Looks like it's kind of tangled. If I could find the other end, here it is. That'll be better. There it is. Okay. I'm just turn this sideways and make sure that my smaller elements are sitting kind of how I want them. Okay, I want this kind of in the middle. And I think I maybe want to put this one kind of up near the top. Just so everything's not sitting right in the middle. There's those little pockets. I need to decorate those a little bit. I do want our bag in the middle. That's good. That's good. All right. Okay. Make sure we're right side up. Yeah. Okay. Open up all my clips. Got a lot of decorating to do in here. That's the fun part. Make sure I'm centered top to bottom here. I am. Bring in our book cradle. Okay, I'm going to stand up to do this. It's always easier for me to do that. I'm just going to eyeball the middle. And then about an inch in from either side. Okay. Now there it is. I was going to say, where'd my needle go? All right, so I'm going to take 3 lengths of thread. 1, 2, and 3. And here we go. You guys have seen me do this tons of times, so. But for anyone who's new, we're going to use a pamphlet stitch. Now there are a couple ways to do this. I'm going to just do this how I always do it, and I go in through the middle. And then I kind of hold my thread, and I come back up through the top, or the bottom. This is the bottom of the journal. Okay, it's not finding the hole. Go. Sorry, guys. Pull it through. And I go all the way down to the other end. Pull tight, and then back up through the middle. And then I'm going to make sure that my threads, both threads, are sitting one on the opposite side of that middle string that runs up and down. Pull tight. And then I like to tie 3 knots just to be safe. Boy, that middle paper is really pretty. Okay, and then I think I'll just tie a bow here, because I don't think I'm going to put any charms on it. I don't think that I have any charms that would kind of match this collection. And then I've got 1 string here that needs to be clipped because it's really long. All right, and there we go. We're all sewn in and ready to go on this journal. Very pretty with that blue thread. All right, so there we have it. We're all sewn in and ready to go. Clean up my stuff here. Put my needle back. And we're at about 40 minutes, so I think I didn't have anything else like ready to do here for tonight. So I need to go through, probably in our next video, we'll go through our my finished ephemera bin, and we'll pull pockets and tags and things like that that we think might look good in here. And we'll start building up the ephemera stash for this journal here. Because we don't have a whole lot. So, but we will continue on with this journal in our next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. God bless. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye.